Hey, folks, welcome back to another edition of Railguns and Dragons. I am your host, the Evil DM, Vince, and today we're going to continue along with Chaos Earth history. This is the final part, the part 4, where it starts getting into the aftermath and how the player characters are brought into, or how you can bring them into the adventure itself and move forward from here. We discussed in the original video of some ideas of how we can start the adventure from the beginning, pre Hell on Earth, and ease the players into it. But you can start in the aftermath a couple months later on after 2099, because we're going to talk about 2099 today for Hell on Earth here on Chaos Earth and how it can be. Chaos Earth can really be a post apocalyptic game, because that's really what it is, and it can be a frightening place to be in if with all these demons running around. And if you get some of the supplements, you can add these zombie monstrosity type machine things that'll also come out. There's tons of demons in one of the supplements as well in the creature book, and there's a magic book with magic supplement book. We will go over all these things as well, but today we're going to go over the final part, 2099. But first, don't forget to like the video, comment below your thoughts on Chaos Earth, and share the video as well. Don't forget to hit up patreon.com/WGP, where you can donate for as little as $1 a month and be one of my supporters. And you get to see the videos and the hooks that we're doing there as well. That's just for Patreon exclusive. But let's get right into things. So go ahead and flip on over in your book to. So it's a new year. It's 2099. The new era begins. Hell on Earth. Description here focuses mostly on North America, essentially US, with a little bit of Canada and Mexico, but mostly the Midwest USA. So, to recap at this point, more than half the world's population is dead. Unnatural, weird storms all over the place causing snow, ice, things like that. Earthquakes and volcanoes continuing to ravage the landscape, destroying things left and right. None of this has subsided, it's still continuing. Widespread communication gone for the most part. There are some maybe local communications, and some communications have managed to get through. Not that reliable though. Lots of world governments are destroyed and fallen at this point. Destruction is at biblical proportions, with the term apocalypse and Armageddon being thrown around by the locals to describe the current state. Because what else? I mean, in life at this point, everything's blown up, everything's destroyed. You have demons coming out of these energy walls or portals, depending on how you look at it. And where's the only place you've heard of this? Oh, well, you've heard about this in movies, obviously. You've read about it in books. You've heard about it in the Bible if you're religious. So you're going to throw the terms Armageddon and apocalypse around at this point. So you are living through an actual apocalypse now. The world is coming to an end. You think it's basically coming to an end. Well, it's not coming to an end, but things are going to get worse. You're living through this and you really think it's probably not going to get worse. It does. If the storms aren't enough, the rifts are letting these weird, horrific creatures through that humanity can only describe as demons. These hellish looking monstrosities that are here to destroy things, create havoc, delight in the pains and suffering and destruction of the world. Some of these demons that you see like to torment and tease survivors they find, and they delight in doing so because they're demons. While others hunt down humanity as if they were prey, enslaving some for their own personal gain. Interesting there. So as things get worse, humanity turns on one another for survival. The strongest survives while the weakest perish. Other humans get tempted by these whispers from the rifts, which come from basically the demons, promising power and greatness in life in exchange for just their souls, and become traitors to humanity. Some of them fall to that, become necromancers, become these special type of wizards. Now, here is where the PCs start coming into play. They find themselves in the middle of chaos, trying to survive, trying to save humanity, trying to hold on to their very soul from these monsters. The PCs represent men and women who refuse to give up no matter how desperate the situation is at hand. It's kill or be killed. Humans' hope is in their hands at this point. So next in the book, and I will move forward here so you can take a look at some of the pictures and everything, we get a really interesting recap story of things from the point of view from NEMA's General Lindsey Sawyer. I highly suggest you take a moment to read this on page 17, 18 going forward, because it brings you down onto the ground in the point of view through the eyes, well, not through the eyes, but through a situation with this person and her team. It's in the middle of things on Christmas Day. So the world's exploring. Here's a general looking at things. She's pretty much the head of NEMA, well, one of the heads of NEMA. And it's an excellent story. Palladium is pretty much famous for putting these little point of view stories in their books, and they often convey a state of things going on better than what we read in the dry read background information. I mean, it's not always dry, but sometimes it's a little bit hard to slosh through the things. This is very good. A very good idea of the mental state of people, what's going on, how NEMA is going to react, and how some of people in NEMA are reacting in the higher up ranks. So it's a perfect for some background information. I really enjoy these things, especially like this. There was one I really enjoyed that I want to point out is the one in Dead Rain, where the characters were watching the outbreak that was happening and reporting back and forth to one another. Really good stuff. Much like there, here is the same. The story is really good, gets you in the mindset of what the person is experiencing with training and how they handle these things in the chaos. So maybe get your players to maybe print this out or summarize it for your players or read it for them just to give them an idea to entice them how to play this game, because not every player is going to take the opportunity to read all this stuff. And these videos that I've been doing are kind of like little primers for people to get excited about playing Chaos Earth, because the Chaos Earth is a hell of a game. It's a lot of fun to play. And I really think it would be a great time for anybody in their group to play this. So next time we come back, I want to keep this short because I like keeping these in bite-sized, digestible chunks. I'm going to go into the role of NEMA in this chaos. So we're going to get into some things, and then we're going to start getting into some classes and stuff like that, and what people can start to play inside the game. So with that said, I'm going to head out. Don't forget patreon.com/WGP. You can become one of my patrons and help support this network, and rollhigherdie.com, where we do our actual plays. With that said, I'm going to head out. Keep it original. Keep it old school. Good night, everybody.